Hello and welcome to another episode of the Shaheen Show, where we are coming live to your living room tonight. We're in Dundee, wherever you are. I hope you're having a good time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Shaheen Memorial. This is Expert 11, and this is the greatest night of your lives. We have got a cracking lineup set for you tonight. Just you wait to hear what we have in store. First up, we have an exclusive interview with league dictator Andy the Dick McElroth. He is the dictator for the Shaheen Memorial, and he is covering our questions. Coming up very soon on tonight's show, also we have a rap battle between Hento Zabaya and Victor McKnight. Those two take on each other in the battle for the wooden spoon in the Istanbul Premier League. That's on Thursday. And before Thursday's game, they're joining us via video or via phone hookup, and they are going to be answering each other in a rap battle tonight. Also tonight, coming in as a special guest, we have Peter McElhaney, the man who is the manager of the greatest underdog story that the Shaheen Memorial has known. That is, of course, Green Army, and he is joining us via Skype, would you believe, and we have a video hookup with him coming up later in the show. Also, we have Nathan on the tweet desk, and among all the Twitter things that he will be covering tonight, he will be covering the Mystery Manager game. You might have noticed that on the Shaheen Show Live hashtag on Twitter already, there's been a big black box with a white question mark. And throughout the night, squares will be revealed as you try and guess who our Mystery Manager is. The person who guesses the Mystery Manager first will receive 3 months VIP for your Expert 11 account. That's regardless of whether you have VIP at the moment or you do not. And that is a prize that is well worth vying for, I can assure you. It's going to be a great show. You can only vote in once for that, so don't try and get funny on us and secure the 3 months of VIP by voting in many times. So that's what's coming up on tonight's show. It is a cracking lineup, and we are passing over to Nathan Allen on the tweet desk to give you a bit of a rundown of what he's got for us tonight.
Hello there, viewers. I'm Nathan Allen, and I'll be at the tweet desk today. I'm the link between you and Tim Schooler, and I want to hear what you're thinking, what you're tweeting. Some things already you've been saying tonight is everyone's ready to go, everyone's looking forward to it. There's been capitalist lies. Chelsea have beat Man City. We even have a girl watching. Now, I don't know what you make of this. Please tweet in if you disagree, agree. I'm a bit confused by the whole thing, to be honest with you. Is it a step too far? I don't know. Thank you, Mark McCain. My favourite food is the tears of my enemies. And remember, tweet in what you're thinking, anything you want at the moment. We've got no questions at the moment, just tweet in what you want and what your thoughts are, what you're doing, anything. That's hashtag Shaheen Show Live. Thanks, Tim.
Thank you, Nathan. We're going to jump into a wrap of the day's proceedings. What happened today in the Istanbul Premier League and the Corfu Championship? Well, I can tell you what, many things happened. It was a glorious day for one Rapid CFR Suceava fan. I think there might be one of those in the studio tonight. His team won 2-0 over Substantive Liège, that was. It was a away game for Rapid CFR Suceava, but they came away with the goods. King Billy's Young Boys were held to a 1-1 draw with Donatio Mortis Causa. Of course, it was a crucial game, not only for Donatio Mortis Causa to gain a point in their fight for survival, but also making sure that King Billy's Young Boys didn't get the 3 points. They didn't get the 3 points as they fight for number 1 in the Istanbul Premier League. That was 1-1 between them. It was a 2-1 win to the Cunningham's Cornhuskers over the Mighty Bucks. That was a fantastic result for the Cornhuskers, although they probably would have been expected to beat the Mighty Bucks, but they did that well. And Green Army versus Team Busquets, that was a crucial game. And remember, we are coming up with an interview with Green Army manager Peter McElhaney in just a few moments, and he would be a little bit downhearted at the fact that he didn't beat close friend Dave Barwise, but nonetheless, is well placed in the league. As we go to the league for the Istanbul Premier League, we can see that Rapid Sea Fasuchava are top. They are 3 points clear of King Billy's Young Boys, who are in second. 34 plays 31 points. Nothing in it on the goal difference either. Cardigan's Cornhuskers come in third. Green Army come in fourth. Team Busquets sitting in fifth. Donation Motorscores are in sixth. Those 6 teams, or the top 6 at the end of the season, will be safe, of course. But there is only 2 points between 4th and 6th place. So Green Army, Team Busquets and Donation Motorscores will need to be doing everything that they can in order to ensure that they stay in the top 6, because Substantive Liège are on their heels. They dropped down out of the top 6 for the first time in a long time today, and they are equal 6th on points with Donation Motorscores, but behind on goal difference. Ivory Toast United and the Mighty Bucks, Victor McKnight's and Hento Zabaya's teams are filling in the numbers at the bottom of the table. In the Corfu Championship, ladies and gentlemen, this is where the action starts. A big congratulations. Mark Eades, manager of FC Soccer Franchise, first in the league. Congratulations, you've definitely secured promotion a long while back, but you now have a first place to hold to your own. So congratulations to Mark Eades and FC Soccer Franchise. Atletico Madrid and the Donadingos are currently sitting in second and third. 27 points to Atletico Madrid and 25 points to the Dingoes. But they may not be in there for all that long. Dukes of Eden Hazard are only 2 points out of that top 3. They have 23 points. And Marseille FC are on 23 points as well, but they do have the bye to come. The Zerens do have a mathematical chance of promotion, but could be a challenge for them. They are sitting on 21 points. The Phoenix Falcons are the team that are in the bottom 3, facing relegation to the Marmaris League 1. But the Phoenix Falcons will be hoping that they can sneak out of that bottom 3 and pull the Zerens under, or maybe even Marseille FC. What a roller coaster season it has been in the Corfu Championship. Today's results: Atletico Madrid 5-0 over the worst team to have ever competed in the Istanbul Premier League, or in fact, they haven't been in the Istanbul Premier League. Of course, they haven't been in there. We are, of course, talking about Finjus or draw. That was a 5-0 win over them. By Atletico Madrid, Marseille FC and Dukes of Eden Hazard had a 1-1 draw. Sokwang Zerens were 3-0 over the Donadingos, and FC Soccer Franchise clinched that league title with a 5-0 win over Real Sociedad. So that's what happened today. That's where the leagues are at. Of course, Marmaris League 1 finished a week ago. Not much action for them today, although off-season planning is well underway, I'm sure. The Bovington Billies won that, 40 points to them. Nottingham Hotspur and Filson FC, the other 2 points to secure promotion. Abergate Football, People's Football Party, Time for a Napoli, and Neil's Norwich Nannies and Bayern Brew rounding out the bottom of the table. We are going to pass over to Nathan Allen on the tweet desk, who is corresponding with you, who are at home tweeting in. I'm sure you are. And he is going to give us a few of his thoughts as he reads those tweets just now.
Thanks, Tim. Well, guys, you've been tweeting in thick and fast. I have never seen the like of it. There's been subjects flying in like hashtag substandard for relegation. The garden stream, it doesn't seem to be working. I'm very sorry about that. I hope you get that up and working soon. There's nothing we can really do about that. The Bovington Billies have described the dogfight of relegation in the Corfu and the Istanbul as has twists and turns like the small intestines. There's been a lot of chat as well about the female watching, and it appears to be Rebecca Francie, Samuel's older sister. For example, Marseille player Geese needs a wife, so does Victor McKnight. So I don't know what you think about that, Rebecca, tweet in. And also, there appears to be a rumour that the next winner of the Clark's Bakery pre-season cup gets to go on a date with Rebecca Francie. Now, tweet in if you want that, and let's see how that goes. And also, I must remind you, for the mystery manager, there's only one guess per team, one guess per account. If you guess more than once and it's wrong, you're out of the running. So save your guess wisely, and the first one to get it gets 3 months subscription. Thanks very much. Back to you, Tim. Oh, well, apparently Tim is not ready. So let's just see what else is going on. Apparently, according to the Cornhuskers, their beautiful people live in beautiful houses. I'm not sure what to really make of that, but anyway. And Victor McKnight says that I'm wearing a nice tie. I'm not sure if he's referring to Tim Schooler or myself, but I would like to think that it is me. Marseille seems to think that the manager is Aki Nikolinin. I don't know what to think about that. And also, Aki, I'm not sure, you seem to be tweeting a lot in Finnish. I can't really understand what you're saying, so if you want to translate that, that will be fantastic. Thank you very much. Also, yes, congratulations to FC Soccer franchise. I'm very proud of you. Well done. And we're just going to head across to Tim now. Thanks.
Thanks, Nathan. Done very well under pressure there. Very, very well done. And Aki Nikulainen, we're not in Finland, okay? I want you to speak in English, please. And British English, not American English. That would be advisable. Now, sitting to my right is a very handsome gentleman. Some have questioned whether his eyesight is any good at all. And we don't know whether he can see or not. If he's looking down the barrel of the camera, that is luck and not skill. But he is, of course, the chairman of the Shaheen FA. Some would call him the league league dictator, for his dictatorial management style. Now, Andy the Dick McElroth, welcome to the show.
It's lovely to be here, Tim. Obviously, things haven't gone too well for me since my last visit. Lost my sight. It's been a hard few months, but things aren't looking up, but hopefully they're on the up.
Hopefully they are on the up. Can I ask you how you became blind? Is that too personal a question?
No. I've got used to talking about it. I had a long battle with chronic pink eye, but finally succumbed.
I've heard that's quite debilitating.
Finally succumbed. My eyesight succumbed in the last few months. But I've been learning to cope. I've got my guide dog Kanye. We formed a bond.
Golden Lab?
Black Lab.
Black Lab.
But I think we're forming a bond.
That's good. Very good. Speaking of the bonds that you formed, you are the manager, of course. You're not only Shaheen FA chairman, but you're also the manager of Substandard Liège. You've dropped into the bottom three. How confident are you that you're going to be safe?
Well, it has been hard dual wielding my roles of dictator and manager, but I'm fairly confident that we're going to be safe. You know, I've overcome a lot of adversity in my life. My blindness, my nose. Being very unpopular, and a bit of a dick. Is
that the real size of your nose? I thought it was just swollen today.
No, actually, I had a reduction to try and save my sight, but it didn't work. But I'm very, very confident that we can stay up. A bit of a bad loss today to Rapid CFR, but
I heard they played very, very well.
Yeah. Yes, that's probably true. But we've got two matches coming up. One against the Cornhuskers or the Corn Dogs, and one against Ivory Toast. So hopefully we can still get one win. I think would see us.
Sure. If we don't want to talk too much about the negatives on this show, but if the negative does happen and you don't manage to secure promotion back to the Istanbuli, will we see a league restructure? We of course remember the controversy when we went to tiers, that somehow Substandard Liège ended up in the top tier when most seem to be of the opinion that they didn't deserve to be there. Can we expect a league restructure to maybe 10 teams in the Istanbuli if you don't secure that place by legitimate means?
Well, at the start of this season, I give my word that we would remain in the three-tier season, or the three-tier structure for the next 2 seasons at least. And if I get relegated, I plan to obviously go back on my word and fill up at least 3 more roles with non-managers. Probably get Dougtooth back in the game.
That would be quite a toothless move, I think.
Yeah, or Fraser. Maybe get him back for 3 games, then he could quit again.
Yes, quit again, just a turn of Fraser. So next season then, are we expecting to have three tiers of 9 teams?
If we can get another manager, that'd be great. We have one manager waiting, Virgil. He's a bit foreign, but no one's perfect.
Well, we do have a very international flavour in the league. Of course, we've seen maps and we've seen diagrams of the variety of home grounds around the world. So I'm sure Virgil will be very much welcomed, and a big welcome to all our fans viewing in from Romania.
Yeah, it will be nice to have an actual real Romanian for a change, not a fake Romanian.
But fake Romanians are better than none, I think is the way to go. Speaking of those new teams, if perhaps Virgil is watching in at the moment, or there is someone else watching in who is a part of the Dundee scene, as it were, and would like to be involved, what's the best way to go about that?
There are two ways to get involved. You can send an email to my Facebook account. The address is just along the bottom of the screen,
No, that's your mind palace.
Or you can send a stamp addressed envelope to 61A Perth Road.
Okay, and that is flat 3R, 61A Perth Road. 3R. Don't give it to flat E, because that is not our flat. And that is not your piece of paper. So, coming to an end is this interview now, before something happens to me that I don't want to happen. Andy the Dick McElroth, thank you very much for your time. Put a handshake there. And I love you like a brother, champion. And may we see much more of your league dictatorial skills in the not-so-distant future.
But before we go, I just have one more thing to say.
Yes, we are short on time, but go ahead.
Craig Wiley, you're a huge fanny. That's all.
And there we go. Not only is his eyesight defunct and inoperable, his language and moral code seems to be not working either. But that's okay, because he has a handicap, and so we can let him go. We're going to pass over to Nathan on the tweet desk before any more controversy ensues.
Well, I can just say I've never seen so much hatred for a Shaheen Memorial manager before in my life. It's unrelenting so far. Hashtag Dick Down. T and Busquets says, "Oh God, kill it with fire." There's been multiple Stevie Wonder comparisons. Also, Carnan Cornhusker's asking, he tweeted and saying, "Does the dictator still in love with Steph?" Also, Zockman Zarin said apparently he lost his sight after 18 hours solid crying when Steph rejected him. Also, Victor and Hento seem to be having a fight for Rebecca Francis now. And Josh Burnham, the goalkeeper for Atletico Madrid, is also in the running. And, okay, I have one more question for you, a new question, here we go. Who would win in a fight between manager of Marseille, Christian Palmer, and manager of T and Busquets, David Barwise? This is a fist fight, this is in a confined space. Who would win? Tweet in your answer. That's hashtag Shaheen Show Live, guys. Okay, thanks. Okay, I've been told to keep going. Yes, apparently Bob Billy says we're having technical difficulties in Falkirk. I really hope you keep going, son. And you get a good don't worry. I'm sorry, I'm losing my touch here. I'm getting nervous and told to play for time here. So, but FC Soccer Francis says, "Put your dick away," to Andrew the Dick McElrath. And Craig Wiley Phil Sims has also displayed his love for Craig Wiley, being called a huge fanny. Can I go across the 10 now? No. Sorry, playing for more time here. Ivory Toe says there's a very small full moon tonight, visible on the Shaheen Show Live. Geese really wants in there for Rebecca Fancy. He's go as far as to say he has tweeted her, saying that. Yes, can we go back to Tim now?
Thank you very much, Nathan. With the additional resources in play tonight, some things are taking a little bit more time than we would like, but that's okay. Thank you for sticking in there with us. Right now we have the pleasure, the honour and the all-round joy of speaking to who is one of the real underdogs of the Shaheen Memorial. He has been in the game since day dot, and he has been winning games inexplicably since day dot as well. We are, of course, referring to the manager of Green Army Football Club, He is Connor Brocky. In fact, he's not Connor Brocky, but that's what he's known as. To many, his main man is Connor Brocky, the 9-skill striker who has slotted in goals for fun since the first day of the Shaheen Memorial. We are, of course, talking about Peter McElhaney, and we hope to join him on Skype now, if we can get this going. Peter McElhaney, how are you?
Good evening, Tim. I'm very well.
Fantastic. I'm going to jump into shot here, and hopefully you can see my voice. Look, thank you very much for joining us, Peter, on tonight's telecast.
Honoured to be there, Tim. Honoured to be there.
Very good. Today's game was a crucial game for you, and a disappointing one to lose to your very close friend Dave Barwise, and it of course makes it very interesting when it comes to Team Busquets and Green Army in this relegation battle. What were your thoughts on today's game?
It was a big game, Tim. The boys went into the game knowing that all they needed was a point to stay in the Istanbul, and I think they were thinking about that too much. The way we played, we looked nervous, and it looked like the boys were playing for a point, and it really ended up in a disappointing performance and a disappointing result. And it was a big game losing to Team Busquets and Dave there, so the win gives them the bragging rights, but it also gives them an important 3 points and the belief that they can stay up, and it drags us and a few other teams into that relegation battle.
Absolutely, and I think there's a lot of us who'd like to see both of you guys staying in the Istanbul for next season. It does make Thursday's game very crucial. Thursday's game, of course, is against the Natio Mortis Causa, and you are at home at Green Park. What are your thoughts? How confident are you to come away with the 3 points on Thursday?
If we get beat, we're in real danger of going down, but I'm feeling reasonably confident. We've got Finlay Telfer coming back from injury, who'll be in the middle of the park, who's key, and we're playing DMC, who've never beaten us at Green Park, so that gives us confidence. But it's not all about the past matches, Tim. It's all about Thursday. We have to win, not just to secure safety, but we have to win for Conor Brocky. It's his farewell fiesta on Thursday at Green Park, and the thought of him losing his last ever game at Green Park is just unthinkable.
Yeah, absolutely. It would be a shame. Speaking of the fact that you have been in the Istanbul for so long, and despite the fact that many have not picked you to be in the Istanbul at the start of the season, people saying that you would go down, do you have anything to say to the doubters that there are, there have been people who've doubted your ability?
Right, I think since the Shaheen Memorial began, Green Army have been predicted to go down every season. And I think when people look at our team, they look at our squad value rather than the team as a whole. Our squad is made up of guys who, in the football world, are old age pensioners. About 90% of our team have bus passes in Greenland, and when they're not playing football, they're sitting drinking tea and eating biscuits. But we've got a good bunch of lads, but it's disappointing when every team in the league predicts us to go down, and every team predicted us to go down apart from PFP China. So we'd like to thank the guys there, Stephen Herbert and Roy Cropper, for believing in the army. And to all the doubters, I would like to say is never underestimate the power of the oldies.
Never underestimate the power of the oldies or Green Army. You have definitely proved yourselves to be the little club that could. Speaking of your club and of course the elder statesman in your team, you mentioned it, it's his last season this year, Connor Brocky. What does Connor Brocky mean to your side?
Well, where do we start, Tim? The topic of Brocky's retirement is an extremely emotional one. We think of Green Army, we instantly think Conor Brocky, so I'd like to take this opportunity to read Green Army's official tribute statement to Conor Brocky.
Please do, please do.
On Wednesday the 13th of November 2013, the whole of the Shaheen Memorial was shaking with the news that the best player ever to grace the Shaheen Memorial was officially retiring. The news devastated everyone involved with Green Army, and ever since then, we at Green Army have been doing everything we can in our power to persuade Brocky to stay on playing for another season. Sadly, despite offering Brocky a life supply of tea and Tesco value-rich tea biscuits, it's not been enough to persuade him to stay. So we now have to come to terms with reality. and that is that the great man Brocky is leaving Green Army in the Shaheen Memorial. There has never been, and there never will be, a footballer like Brocky. In 4 seasons in the Shaheen Memorial, he has played 66 games and scored 55 goals, which is just unbelievable. And even in his last season, he's currently tied top goal scorer in the Istanbul Premier. This great man deserves to never be forgotten. So that with this in mind, Green Army would like to announce that at the end of the current season, the club will be renamed as Brocky's OAP Army. As well as this, the name of the stadium will change from Green Park to Brocky Bay. We believe that Brocky should always be remembered in the Shaheen Memorial, and through the name change, the name Brocky will always be remembered. We would like to wish Connor all the best for his future out with football. We believe that he's now going to pursue his passion for tea and manufacture his own brand of tea bags. All there is to say now is, thank you, Connor Brocky. You will never be forgotten.
And we would like to echo those thoughts from here, ourselves here at the Shaheen Live Studio. We have talked about Connor Brocky for many, many a day, and we are very proud to have been part of his life. We're really thankful for Connor Brocky. We're thankful for you, Peter, for joining us on tonight's show, and yeah, thank you very much, and we'll see you in Thursday's clash against the Nation Motors Causa.
Thanks so much for having me, Tim. Great show. All the best.
Thank you, mate. All the best.
See you later.
Here in the studio, we are passing over to Nathan Allen at the tweet desk.
Hey guys, so in response to the question, who would win in a fist fight between David Barwise and Christian Palmer? Obviously, Marseille manager says Christian Palmer would win. Phil Senesi said Christian Palmer would win 3 out of 4 times, or David Barwise would win 3 out of 4 times, sorry. People's Football Party said David Barwise is a mighty man, strong of heart and of body, can plough field with his teeth. And just as we've seen there, an interview with Peter McElhaney, manager of Green Army. In contrast, there's to Andrew Dick McGrath's interview. He has received so much love from the managers of the Shaheen Memorial, and he's getting a lot of. For example, Bobby McBilly says Peter McElhaney has wisdom beyond his tender years. Ivory Coast manager says there's impressive managerial achievements considering he is just a floating head. The Carnathan's Cornhusker says he's proving doubters wrong since '94. But guys, what do you think of the name change? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it's a bad idea? Just let me know. And also, we have breaking news. Atletico Madrid manager Matt Kirkwood has guessed correctly that it was him. He is the mystery manager behind the squares, and well done, you get 3 months of VIP subscription. I have one more question for you now. Another question. Who is your favourite player from another team? Not your own. Who is your favourite player from another team? Hashtag Shaheen Show Live. Thanks guys, back to you, Tim.
Thank you, Nathan. Congratulations to Matt Kirkwood. The prize for you comes because you joined Twitter. So well done. That's how you got into that. Right up onto the show now, we have 2 of, well, it's more of a Twitter presence really, having spoken about Matt Kirkwood's Twitter. Coming onto it, we have 2 Twitter personalities for you. There are only two Twitter accounts in the Shaheen Memorial for players. Well, there are only 2 official accounts for players in the Shaheen Memorial. Of course, Xiao Zhuji's account was a false one, promoting slanderous material. Those 2 players are Hento Zabaya and Victor McKnight. These 2 players come up against each other in Thursday's action in the Istanbul Premier League, and neither of these 2 sides have any chance of securing a safe position in the Istanbul Premier League, but what they do have to play for is pride and their personal battle. They are larger than life characters, and if the technical communications gods are with us, we will be able to tune in to them now. They are going to come at us with a rap battle, and that is, well, that's what's going to happen, and we're looking forward to this. So, Mark McCain and Mark Kerr, can you hear me? I'm going to start. Mark McCain, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, actually.
Fantastic. Mark Kerr, can you hear me?
I can, Tim. Yes, I can.
Once again, that is fantastic. Boys, are you ready to go?
I'll just be a second getting Victor here.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well, once Hento and Victor are in position, we are going to have them go off against each other. Now, boys, I don't know if you've communicated with each other prior to the night, but do either of you organise to go first?
I think Victor should go first.
Fantastic. Victor, you have secured first place in the rap battle.
Victor goes first?
Victor goes first. Whenever you are ready, Victor.
Okay. My name is Victor McKnight. I thought about you're a pile of...
Well, I don't know what happened there. Victor, are you still there?
Victor's still here, yes, that was my rap.
Okay, Hento Zabaya, do you have a reply?
Yes, I do. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Then I shall begin. I confess the English language is a wonder to behold. The grammar by itself is quite astounding. But there is one fairly simple two-word combination, the foulness of which is just resounding. He claims to be an athlete with a rather fragile temper, but all that I can seem to see is a thug. Oh, what I would give to have a bout or two with him. I would crush the little blighter like a bug. He smells like Tesco value cheese and onion flavored crisps, and looks more like a freak than Joseph Merrick. I tried to find a word to convey how much I hate him, but could find no suitably disgusting lyric. His skills as a midfielder leave a lot to be desired. There's a special spot reserved for him in hell. But worse than his footballing skills, I've been told by his wife, he's terrible at making love as well. Now I could rant all day about how much I hate his guts, and even longer on into the night. But even then, it wouldn't even start to scratch the surface of how much I hate the scum, Victor McKnight.
Very, very good, Hento. Victor, do you have a reply to that?
What?
Victor, do you have a reply?
Victor McKnight, Victor McKnight, and talk about you're a power of...
I think Victor might be being censored for his language. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. Hento, I think you've won conclusively. Is there anything more to say?
I would just like to say that adios.
I concur. Well, thanks, gents. That was extraordinary. Victor McKnight and Hento Zabaya, ladies and gentlemen. Big thank you to those two for being involved in tonight's show. And a big thank you to Mark Kerr and Mark McCain, their managers, for organising them and allowing them the time out of match preparation to appear on tonight's program. Coming up for you now, we have more from the tweet desk. And Nathan Allen is standing by reading all of your tweets to make sure that you are in the know.
Hi guys. So in response to my question, who's your favourite player from another team? Tea and Biscuits says that Brocky should win the Ballon d'Or, and now I think that's evidence for who his favourite player is. Carnington's Cornhusker's favourite player is Victor McKnight, although I don't know if he still is after that terrible display in the rap battle. Zokwang Zeren says he loves David 1-star Wiley, and I think I would have to agree with him. He is quite a character. Team Biscuit says another favourite player of his is the People's Football Party player Jackie Chan, a young star in the making. He is fantastic as well. Now I have my final question for you of the night is a fill in the blanks question. So I would say complete this sentence. Real Sociedad manager Craig Wild Guy Wiley likes to blank 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 on a Saturday night. And can you fill in those blanks? That's Real Sociedad manager Craig Wiley likes to blank 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 on a Saturday night. And if you can fill that in, that will be fantastic. Thanks very much, guys. Back to you, Tim.
Thanks, Nathan. Yes, Craig does like to do many things on a Saturday night, and I'm interested to see what you have got in by way of suggestion. Craig Wiley, if you're watching, put in something sensible, please. Now we're going to have a look at what's coming up in Thursday's action, and then have a quick preview of what is a humongous event, one that sadly you'll only be able to be a part of if you are in Dundee. But a big thank you to all our viewers tonight who aren't in Dundee. So coming up in Thursday's action in the Shaheen Memorial, we have some cracking games. Of course, there are only 2 games left in the season for the Shaheen Memorial, and we are getting to the stage where every point is crucial, every matter, every little minute detail within goal difference is crucial, and we'll be fighting for those honours in Thursday's action. We're going to start in the Corfu Championship, and in the Corfu Championship we have, of course, 4 games. Dukes of Eden Hazard, who are sitting in 4th place, need 3 points if they're going to get anything out of this season. Dukes of Eden Hazard are sitting on 23 points. They play the Zockwang Zerens. Zockwang Zerens themselves need points to make sure that the Phoenix Falcons don't jump over them, and if they're particularly ambitious, the Zerens might even be looking at promotion. So that's happening in the Corfu Championship. My tip for that is that the Dukes of Eden Hazard will get up, but it will not be an easy game for them. The next game that we have, the Donard Dingoes play host to Finju's or Draw. The Donard Dingoes will absolutely obliterate the Finju's or Draw franchise team, unless Arki Nikolainen manages to work out how to play the game in a few days. Real Sociedad are at home to Atletico Madrid. Now, this is a crucial game. Matt Kirkwood is not only our mystery manager for tonight, but he also is a seasoned manager. He's been in the Corfu Championship for many seasons, and this is his opportunity to get into the Istanbul Premier League. He currently sits in 2nd at Atletico Madrid, 4 points clear of 4th place, Dukes of Eden Hazard. So a win for Atletico Madrid over Real Sociedad on Thursday will guarantee promotion for Atletico Madrid. That is a massive contest, and we, or many people in the Istanbul Premier League, are looking forward to seeing Matt Kirkwood in that for next season. Also, in Thursday's action, we have the Phoenix Falcons playing host to FC Soccer Franchise. It may be a dead rubber game for FC Soccer Franchise, but it is anything but for the Phoenix Falcons. I think that the Falcons might just pull an upset as FC Soccer Franchise search for DV, and I also think, for the record, that Atletico Madrid will beat Real Sociedad. In the Istanbul Premier League, ladies and gentlemen, we have another 4 juicy contests. Having the bye in the in the Corfu Championship is Marseille FC, and having the bye in the Istanbul Premier League is another team Busquets, and they are not safely out of the drop zone, and so they will need to be making sure that they win their final game. More on that final game, final round of games in a second. So on Thursday, King Billy Young Boys Rapid CFR Suceava, top of the table clash. It's a massive game, and I think that King Billy's Young Boys would be doing very, very well to get 3 points. Maybe a draw at the Boyne is what's in store there. Green Army play host to Nation Mortis Causa, as we saw before. Peter McElhaney is geared up for that game, and he's pretty keen for 3 points in that. Our executive producer behind the scenes, Sam Francie, is managing the Donation Mortis Causa side, and he'll be hoping for some points. I think Green Army might come away with the win. Cardigan's Cornhuskers play host to Substandard Liège, who have been in a little bit of a rut lately, and I think that the Cornhuskers at home will prove too strong a challenge for Substandard Liège. Ivory Toast United play Mighty Bucks. Hento versus Victor. That's surely got to be the highlight game, and well, keep an eye on those two on the pitch. They will be at each other's throats from before the kickoff. So that's what's happening on Thursday. On Monday, we have an even bigger day. It is the final round of games for the Istanbul Premier League and the Corfu Championship, and that means only one thing. That means Magnificent Monday in flat 61A 3R, where you can send those stamped envelopes to League Dictator Andy Mack if you want to get involved in the league. But in that flat, we have Magnificent Monday, and that is going to be a crucial contest on many fronts. Team Busquets play host to Donation Mortis Causa. Cardigan's Cornhuskers play host to King Billy's Young Boys Substandard Liège. At home to Ivory Toast United. Rapid CFR Suceava are at home to Green Army. That's the Istanbul Premier League action for Magnificent Monday. We'll see just how crucial those games are going to be after Thursday's action. In the Corfu Championship, Marseille FC are at home to the Zokwangzerans. Real Sociedad play host to the Donardingos, and Atletico Madrid are at home to the Phoenix Falcons, and the Dukes of Eden Hazard travel to Africa to play thin, Jews or draw. Many of those games will be crucial in determining who gets promoted and who gets relegated from the Corfu Championship. Of course, 9 teams, 3 go up, 3 go down, 3 stay in the middle, and we will be having our eyes glued to the set on next Monday at 10 a.m. as we enjoy Magnificent Monday for another season. We are heading across to the tweet desk for one final time tonight to see what Nathan the Puppy Dog Allen has for us from Twitter.
Thanks very much, guys, for your brilliant response to this last question, what Craig Wildgate Wiley likes to do on a Saturday night. We have some interesting answers here. Phoenix Falcons says he likes to buck dead sheep. Cornhusker says he likes to strip and squat. Donardingo says he likes to seduce Rebecca Francie. Shaheen FA says he likes to corn his husk. Duke say he likes to fat with might. Filson says he likes to swallow his sword. Nottingham Hotspur says he likes to grope and stare. FC Soccer Franchise says he likes to make cheesecake. And T.M. Busket says he likes to survey the youth. Okay, thanks very much, guys. I've been Nathan Allen, the tweet desk, and back to Tim.
Rightio, well, thank you very much for tuning in on another live show. It has been an absolute joy and a privilege to be a part of your night. Thank you very much for tuning in, and from all of us here at Studio 61A on Perth Road, it has been a joy, a privilege, and an all-round delight to be a part of your night tonight. Until next time on the Shaheen Show, when we talk football once again, I'm your host, Tim Schooler. Nathan the Puppy Dog Allen has been on the tweet desk. Samuel Francie has been executive producer behind the scenes, and Annie the Dick McElroth has been sitting around and looking pretty. We are all, as a team, signing out.